It's the stuff that the door to the good life hangs on. They are also our topic for this book, for this series. This is book 3. 4 books, 4 virtues, and one aim to help you choose courage, bravery, endurance, fortitude, honor, and sacrifice, temperance, self-control, moderation, composure, balance, justice, fairness, service, fellowship, goodness, kindness, wisdom, knowledge, education, truth, self-reflection, peace. These are the key to the good life, a life of honor, of glory, of excellence in every sense. Character traits which John Steinbeck perfectly described as pleasant and desirable to their owner, and makes him perform acts of which he can be proud and of which he can be pleased. But the he must be taken here to mean all of mankind. There was no feminine version of the word virtus in Rome. Virtue wasn't male or female. It just was. It still is. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter if you're physically strong or painfully shy, a genius or of average intelligence. Virtue is universal. The imperative remains universal. The virtues are interrelated and inseparable, yet each is distinct from the others. Doing the right thing almost always takes courage, just as moderation is impossible without the wisdom to know that which is worth choosing. What good is courage if not applied to justice? What good is wisdom if it doesn't make us more modest? North, south, east, west. The 4 virtues are a kind of compass. There's a reason that the 4 points on a compass are called the cardinal directions. They guide us. They show us where we are and what is true. Aristotle described virtue as a kind of craft, something to pursue just as one pursues the mastery of any profession or skill. We become builders by building, and we become harpists by playing the harp, he writes. Similarly, then, we become just by doing temperate actions, brave by doing brave actions. Virtue is something we do. It's something we choose. Not once, for Hercules' crossroads was not a singular event. It's a daily challenge, one we face not once, but constantly, repeatedly. Will we be selfish or selfless, brave or afraid, strong or weak, wise or stupid? Will we cultivate a good habit or a bad one, courage or cowardice, the bliss of ignorance or the challenge of a new idea? Stay the same or grow, the easy way or the right way. Introduction. Justice, that brightest adornment of virtue by which a good person gains the title of good. Cicero. The clearest evidence that justice is the most important of all the virtues comes from what happens when you remove it. It's remarkably stark. The presence of injustice instantly renders any act of virtue, courage, discipline, or wisdom, any skill, any achievement, worthless, or worse. Courage in the pursuit of evil, a brilliant person with no morals, self-discipline to the point of perfect selfishness. There's an argument that if everyone acted with justice all the time, we wouldn't have so much need for courage. While discretion moderates bravery and pleasure provides us relief from excessive self-control, the ancients would point out that there is no virtue to counterbalance justice. It just is. It just is the whole point of every virtue, of every action, of our very lives. Nothing is right if we're not doing what is right. It probably says something about our world today, however, that when people hear the word justice, their first thought is not of decency or duty, but of the legal system. They think of attorneys, they think politics. We are concerned with what's lawful. We fight for our rights a lot more than what is right. It might be too on the nose to call this an indictment of our modern values, but it's hard to see it as anything else. Justice means so much more than the sort of thing that goes on in law courts, C.S. Lewis would remind listeners in a famous lecture series. It is the old name for everything we should now call fairness. It includes honesty, give and take, truthfulness, keeping promises, and all that side of life. Very simple ideas, but very rare indeed.